Good morning. My name's Mike King, and I've been involved with fair trade since the early 2000s, becoming chairman of Wycombe Fair Trade in 2008. My interest in social, economic and environmental justice stemmed from my first degree in regional development studies done in the early 1980s. The following views are a personal assessment or a Wycombe for Fair Trade analysis of what constitutes the common good and how fair trade can contribute to and incorporate this concept of the common good. I'll begin by defining what is understood by these two distinct concepts. So the term common good generally refers to the collective welfare of a community, encompassing the conditions that encourage human and social development for all. Many commentators agree that the concept emphasizes policies, services, and practices which should benefit the entire community, including future generations, rather than simply selected classes. Common good incorporates shared interests, common concerns, and collective responsibilities that contribute to the total well-being of a society. Fair trade, two words, is simply a method of trading that aims to ensure fair prices, fair practices, and working conditions for producers in the global south. When world commodity prices fall, the Fair Trade, one word, international certification scheme guarantees a fixed price for producers, covering their costs of production while still allowing global market access. Fair trade promotes a more equitable distribution of resources and wealth, benefiting both the global south producers and also global north consumers can benefit from their produce and products. Fair trade can advance up to 60% of the value of a consignment, while the unique fair trade social premium pays an additional 1% on to the producer cooperatives who can prioritize funding for community projects at the local level, such as schools, health centres, enterprise diversification, and infrastructural improvements. Wycombe Fair Trade is just one of hundreds of UK grassroots campaigning organisations that come under the UK Fair Trade Foundation umbrella. Working with local councillors across the political spectrum, the Wycombe for Fair Trade Steering Group generated enough support from the Wycombe District Council to pass a resolution of support for High Wycombe to become a fair trade town in 2014. Soon after that, we began to think about linking with the Global South. This helped us in the sense that we gained a fluent Spanish speaker in 2015. Wycombe Fair Trade consciously planned to link to a Fair Trade Global South town and or cooperative with a northern town with the object of linking producers to consumers to demonstrate the impact of fair trade on southern towns based on the ideas by Marco Cossioni from CLAC in his article, Fair Trade Towns, Bridges Between Europe and Latin America. These points were also addressed in an International Fair Trade Towns Conference in Saarbrücken in 2017. Southern towns would benefit from the Global North advocate experience by established coalition campaigners and consumer advocacy groups. Northern fair trade towns would learn about the fair trade producer cooperatives driving the change to initiate fair trade town status in Latin American cities and towns, while better understanding the stories of farmers and producers at a local and regional level. This theme was repeated in the Cardiff Conference in 2018, where fair trade producers from the Southern Hemisphere were well represented and have a connection and voice. I, together with Maria from Grecia, Co-op Victoria in Costa Rica, and deputy mayors from High Wycombe and Grecia, the latter via video recording, delivered a presentation and workshop on establishing fair trade partnerships across hemispheres.